Hi, my name is Joe Haygood. I decided to do my presentation on the essentials of building teamwork within a business. When you first step into a team, I think the main goal is to establish rapport with that team. It is the quintessential part of being a leader on a business team. It lets your team know that you are a dependable, solid part of the team. It gives them confidence to come to you with any problems that they may have. It also allows them to understand your philosophy and how you want the team to run. So if you allow them to make their own decisions, sometimes trouble can happen, so it's good to let them know what you need from them. So establishing rapport can be difficult at times, but it is a very simple process once you break it down. So you need to find common qualities shared by yourself and your team members. Maybe you're all video gamers. Maybe you all like bowling. So take them out, have a bowling night, or sit down and play video games with them. You need to speak to your team honestly and be direct with them. You can't beat around the bush or sugarcoat things. They need to know where you stand at all times. Also, show them that you are there not only as a leader but as a helper. People want people to get into the trenches and help them out when they need it. Also, have a team meeting or a team dinner. Let them know your expectations, what you expect out of them. One of the main keys in building an effective team is establishing a common goal that everyone needs to strive for. However, it needs to be a SMART goal, which means it's specific, measurable, attainable, result-based, and time-specific. Being a supervisor at Best Buy, most of our goals are result-based, but I have to make sure that they are all specific, measurable, attainable, and time-specific. The main thing in helping people establish that goal is to fight right alongside your team. Give yourself goals as well, which also helps you build rapport with the team because they know that you are holding yourself to the same standard that you are holding them. If you are going to establish goals for your team, you have to come back and give feedback on those goals. So coaching is a gigantic part of establishing the team concept. You need to understand your people, learn what they achieve well and what they need to work on. Some people may be good sellers, and they may have trouble downstocking or cleaning the department. Other people may be very good taskers and have trouble selling. So you need to focus on what they do well and then help them improve on their other job. So give them feedback. Show them your expectations, what you would do in that same position to help them better understand their jobs. A lot of people like hands-on training, so if you get right out there with them and show them exactly how to do it, they're going to do their jobs much better than before. In continuing on the feedback track, one of the main things you need to do is congratulate your team on their successes and show them how to learn and build from their failures. I am a huge advocate of positive reinforcement. If someone does their job well, let them know what they did well, why they achieved it. Also, if someone doesn't do that well, I don't like to come down on them too hard. I like to show them why they failed in that situation and what they need to do to improve on that failure. But that's why I like to get into the action and show the entire team how I expect things to be done. That's why I think that it's much more efficient to be a leader rather than a manager, because a leader actually leads his team rather than just sitting around and telling them what they need to do. This section still kind of reverts back to rapport. It's a follow-up with your team. Help them with their issues, sit down and talk with the individuals on your team. If you sit down with them, hash out any issues that you may have with them or they may have with you, and then follow up and build relationships with your team. Be the person they know that they can go to with any situation. If someone is having problems with another employee, if someone is having problems with yourself, let them know that it's an open relationship. They can come to you with any issue and you will have their back. You will talk to them and hash out whatever's going on. One of my main things that I always preach is never ask your employees to do anything that you wouldn't do yourself. If you're the leader on that team and you have an issue doing certain things, if you don't like to do them, never force someone on your team to do that thing, because all you're going to do is cause a rift between you and that employee or you and all the employees. So always have a great follow-up. Let them know that you are there to help them out in any situation that they may have. This right here is one of my favorite pictures I've ever seen. It's showing the differences between a leader and a manager. A leader puts himself in the middle of the action, allowing for more team building, while a manager sits around and simply tells people what to do. As you can see, the boss is sitting above there on the business, directing people of where they need to be, while the leader is at the front of the group, driving for improvement and driving for team building. That is something that I preach at all times, is to be a leader, not a manager, and to get right in the middle of the action with your guys, because all that's going to do is allow them to have more confidence in you and more confidence in the team itself. This right here is one of my favorite quotes when it comes to business. It says, the first step out of the gate has to be knowing where you want to end up. What do you really want from your company? And I think that pushes hard towards leadership as well. The first step that you make with your team has to be knowing where you want to end up with that team. What do you want your employees to really think about you? Do you want them to see you as just a simple manager that sat around, told them what to do all the time? Or do you want them to tell stories about you to their future leader, their future managers, future people that they work with? Say, hey, I knew this guy that got right out in the middle of the action with us, that led by example. And also, yeah, he did tell us what to do every now and then, but he made sure that we knew exactly what he expected out of us. So I think that this speaks very strongly towards leaders in our community. What do you really want out of your leadership?